People are surprised. I guess they never thought about it.
Looking at all of these paintings, it's hard to believe the creator
This is how I paint.
paints with a brush between his teeth.
One day I just decided to put the brush in my mouth because I thought I'd have better control. And that's how I've been doing it ever since.
David Senecal suffered a spinal cord injury when he was 13 years old, diving into a swimming pool. His head struck the bottom.
I was instantly paralyzed. I felt like an electric jolt went through my body. And I held my breath as long as I could. And then just inhaled. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in the ambulance.
Now, more than 40 years later, out of this studio in his apartment, David paints about 20 pieces a year.
I always thought the art was a hobby. Then after Evelyn and I got married in 1980, I just started painting a lot.
This year, David was the only local artist whose work was chosen to be part of the Viewpoint Gallery at Sunnyview Rehabilitation Hospital in Schenectady, a member of St. Peter's Health Partners. The collection, all done by artists with disabilities.
We treat a lot of patients that have spinal cord injuries or traumatic brain injuries or have had strokes. And it's inspirational for them, our patients and our staff, to see what these people living with disabilities can do with their talents.
David's painting was chosen out of 600 submissions worldwide. It's actually been purchased by the hospital and will permanently be on display. Okay. David says in the beginning, paintings went to family and friends.
Now it's expanded. I have customers that are doctors, lawyers.
He says he never thought he'd be making a living off it.
I'm the kind of person that I could either, I can't sit around and do nothing. I don't know how people can sit and do nothing.
It looked like the entire town was burning down. And it happened to be my block that was burning down.
All the water came from that side this way down the block. Once it started coming in the house, it burst the door open. The owner of the house, he got stuck behind the washing machine and the dryer, which was a stackable. Man, I thought this guy was going to die.
There's a lot of tragedies here. A lot of people passed away.
You just got to move on. That's it, take it one day at a time. Eventually, you got to put your life back together, because what else are we going to do? Where are we going to go?
We'll rebuild.
For it to be a fully functional neighborhood, I don't expect probably till the summer.
I mean, the house still needs some work, but the bedroom, bathroom, the kitchen's functional.
So, we're going to wait and see what the settlements are all about. We're 90 days into it, and we still haven't really heard much. But, it's a big storm, a lot of people. So it's just if you're 15th or 50th or 500th online, you just gotta wait.
Sandy might have ruined my house, but not my life.
In this part of Staten Island, the tidal surge reduced houses to just a pile of rubble, and as far as the eye can see, there are orange fences, cones indicating construction zones, a very heavy police presence. The sounds of demolition are slowly being replaced by the sounds of rebuilding. It's still a long way to recovery for residents like Eddie Salmon.
No electric, no hot water, no heat.
This is where Salmon has been living. To keep warm, he used a wood stove until embers set the roof of his home on fire. Now, Good Samaritans are helping him replace his roof. Salmon didn't have insurance, but he did receive some money from FEMA.
$31,900.
A small amount for a lot of work to fix all of this. Some houses can't be fixed, toppled over, or completely pushed off their foundations.
My sister lives on the next block. She lost a house. My sister-in-law lost partial of the house.
Roy Nelson didn't lose his house, but he has been out of it until today.
The house still needs some work, but the bedroom, bathroom, the kitchen's functional.
Many people are still in the demolition stages, and they have other challenges that they have to face, environmental hazards like asbestos, before they can even start the rebuilding process. Reporting in Staten Island, Chris Gloninger, CBS 6 News.
In a world of iPods and YouTube, the organizers at Saratoga Performing Arts Center are hoping families come out to see live music at its finest.
The easier it becomes to download music, the less of a premium there is on recorded music, and the more people are starting to realize that you can get a kick from live performance that you can't get anywhere else.
The orchestra has arrived at its summer home and will be here for the next 3 weeks.
The resident companies are incredibly important. They are the best classical companies in the world. We're very proud to bring them, and we're very glad that the community is supporting them and recognize that's what makes the Saratoga Performing Arts Center unique.
Marcia White, the president of SPAC, says about 300,000 people come through the gates throughout the season, coming to enjoy the sights and sounds.
We really ask people, look at our program, plan ahead of time, get a great seat, and come to SPAC, because you're going to have an event and a memory you'll never forget.
SPAC is a not-for-profit venue and generates almost $100 million for the community every season. So in order to keep the arts at our fingertips here in the Capital Region, it needs your help.
We don't get financial support from the city, the county, and a small arts grant from the government of New York State. The rest we have to raise. So we need people to come here, support us, enjoy the programming, and again, pay tribute to someone like Leonard Bernstein.
Every day inside this barn, they see miracles.
A rider on the horse, he walks along.
Meet James, an autistic 4-year-old who struggles to communicate.
When he was 15 months, he started throwing temper tantrums that were about 45 minutes to an hour and a half long, and nothing at all would console him.
James is one of the many clients that uses the hippotherapy program, one of the methods therapists and volunteers are starting to turn to.
How has this helped James?
James came to us nonverbal, totally nonverbal, wasn't able to have good eye contact, which is one of the problems with children with autism.
Through the program, autistic children like James learn different exercises to better their everyday lives.
Even today with James, I think I've only worked his lessons a few times, but just seeing the progress that he's made, and when he said elephant.
Elephant! Yes!
Yeah, it's just every little thing, it's the littlest thing.
So it's lateral movements like this that help kids like James who have autism to help stimulate those motor skills and even the senses that they need to function on a daily basis.
And James' progress isn't unique. Volunteers at STEP say they've seen children experience their first words.
His father filmed the whole thing, a 45-minute lesson, filmed the whole thing. And at the end, we took him down and we said, "Do you want to say bye to Bert?" And he actually looked up at him and said, "Bert." And his father dropped the camera. We all just lost it.
Go, Bert! This is a life's mission for me. If this is all I did for the rest of my life, I'd be so happy.
It's very rewarding. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life, seriously.
In Glenville, Jennifer Mullen, CBS 6 News.